Woo, I'm live. I'm in the chair. I'm here. I'm running late. What's up, everybody? How's it going? I might be muffled on my mic, and there's a reason why. That's because the mic is not on my person. By the way, that is so weird. I don't know why that sounds weird. On my person. Like that is the technical term, but for some reason to me it has always sounded weird. The English language is weird. Anyway, okay. Now that we've gotten over ourselves on the English language. What's up, everybody? Coach Ryan with Project Fresh. We have had another busy day, so we're working on getting here for our live stream 15 minutes late, which means I'm late all up and down the channel as far as the flow. Even with getting a few extra minutes in, I'm still finding myself behind. So I'm going to probably do a condensed version for tonight because I told my wife I'd be done about 7. So I want to make sure I stay consistent with her because she's most important for my relationships. That being said, I want to let you guys know that you are awesome. I mean that. I definitely mean that. A couple different things for you. I have created some content on our YouTube page. I just built some content yesterday in the upload section. You can go check out. We have a hip flexor and glute warm up that I think is very valuable. If you spend time sitting for a long period of time, as far as if you're doing a work job where you're in a chair for more than 2 hours a day for longer periods of time, 2 to 8 plus, that particular workout I think is very beneficial. I'll just drop the link here so you guys know what I'm talking about in the chat. For those on my Insta page, just head over to youtube.com/B, BIGRES20, BigRes20, and you will be able to see in the video section all of our uploaded videos. This particular one that I'm speaking about, addressing the pelvis. So we're talking about the hip flexors, the glutes, the core, the low back. Tendency is those areas are constantly challenged. If we're starting to do squats in a new workout, your hips are going to be really tight, your glutes are going to be disengaged. That is bad news for the knees and back, 2 common areas that have problems. Your core is also either lacking in strength or being engaged or both. So that further puts some impact on your knees and your low back. So we're always looking to develop and create content for you guys that you can use. At the end of the day, we want this to be you don't have to, this isn't the only channel you have to follow. This isn't the only individual you have to, or group or team or company you have to come to for fitness, nutrition, health. There's so many different companies out there. I can tell you probably 10 different trainers or practitioners or people who I've gained knowledge and wisdom and worked with to create my own experience and process and way of doing things. And that's how it goes. There's more than one company that sells hamburgers. There's more than one company that serves gas. There's more than one company that does shampoo and toothpaste. So it's the same everywhere you go. Okay. So I see some things that have been innovated as far as like there's this new technology that's a card. It's a digital card with Bluetooth. So you can tap it to your phone and it pulls up all of your information. I purchased a couple of those cards and have become an affiliate with that company just because I like to share things with folks. It's a little money, but it's more so a tool. It's a shiny object. I think it's just another thing to have. But I just saw another company advertising today for the exact same product idea. So it's only a matter of time before competition comes into play. When you talk about fitness, you're looking at something that's been years in the making. So anyway, that is here nor there. I wanted to get into the idea of teaming up for success. I've had a number of calls today where new clients or prospective clients becoming clients are looking at the prospect of teaming up with family, friends, partners, spouses, folks in their network maybe they already have in the past, and now they're looking for the next program, or maybe they're looking for a prospect to support a family member or a friend or a spouse or someone along the lines. And teaming up with someone to achieve a common goal is a very beautiful thing. I've told this story a number of times on the channel, and perhaps I'll tell a different one, but for now, this one works. As you guys know, I'm a trainer with P90X. They no longer produce P90X live content, so this portion of Team Beachbody has effectively shut down. Um, Being that the certification that I had, or not certification, but the subscription that I had with them to teach their content, they said I could still teach their content versus with everything they had out. I unfortunately didn't get all of it, but that's okay. It is an effective program. It will kick your butt. And so the first time I did it is I did it with 3 other friends and roommates. Actually, we all lived together, the 4 of us, and we started P90X, the original. He had one prior to that, but the one that most people know, the 90-day program that is really tough, that Tony Horton developed. We did that one. And if it wasn't for having one of those guys that I would compete with in pull-ups, if for having one of those guys who I could do the 90-minute yoga with, which was miserable at times, especially when we got started. I'd never done yoga a day in my life. That was tough. If I didn't have those guys to do that with on a daily basis, including Saturdays, it's a very involved program. I think 5 to 6 days a week. If I didn't have that support system, which was nice because it was built in, we all lived with each other. And if I wasn't able to, if I was the odd man out and I was working out by myself that day, I still knew if it was push-ups, pull-ups, certain things that we challenged each other on, I still knew I was going to have to give it my best to see if I could be the one on the leaderboard, which usually, me being the biggest guy in the group, it was rare that I was on the leaderboard for anything upper body. Push-ups, pull-ups, I mean, I got stronger. I got up to, I think, 16 to 18 pull-ups without stopping, which was just exceptional for me. I was able to do that in a suit on a Marine bar. So if you've ever been to a business or job fair, usually you'll see, if it's a big one, a conference, you'll see the Marines, you'll see the Navy, Army, the Reserve, I think, as well. You'll typically see all the branches, but the Marines always have they always have the pull-up bar. So me and one of the guys that were living together were at this conference, and we walked over to the bar and we're like, all right, we're gonna nail it. And they said if you get 20 pull-ups, you get a water bottle or something. My friend got it. I got to like 16 or 17, and we were in suits and ties, so we had to take off the upper jacket to get the pull-ups going. But effectively, I went from doing like 2 or 3 pull-ups using a chair for an assist to being able to do 16 to 17 full pull-ups coming all the way down, so arms straight. Because of course the Marines, they're gonna make sure that you do a full pull-up. And in the course of 90 days, so the program was very effective. It really produced some great results. The thing is that without the team, I don't think I would have had the same success. I wouldn't have been as motivated. I may still have pushed myself through, but having a support team, a group of individuals that I could team up with, was very valuable. And I use that story again to share with you guys the value of teaming up with people, siblings, cousins, spouses, friends, coworkers, whoever you have a good, tight working relationship with. If you currently don't have any relationships that you feel could work with getting you going on your fitness, your nutrition, accountability, and other areas in your lifestyle, connect with us. Get connected to our community. We have a lot of people in our community that you could reach out to, talk to. I've got active clients coming in regularly now, which is nice. We're in another kind of flow of the season, getting towards the holidays where everyone's considering or maybe open to fitness right now, because next month is January 2021. Can't believe it. And that's typically the time where people are like, all right, new year, new me. I don't know if people do that as much anymore. That was kind of more 2015. I've seen it die out, but perhaps you still might be in the space and place or circle where that's still a focus. I don't know if people still deal with things like Biggest Loser, but typically you see those things showing up either right before the holidays or right after. And so it's a season for focusing on your health. And This year is completely and totally different. We've got COVID, sheltered in place. We're all locked in our homes. We're all trying to do the best we can to not have to deal with the virus. You may have had family or friends deal with the virus like me. It may not have been good. Like, for example, my uncle passed from it, which unfortunately I wasn't able to go and celebrate his life and service. So we had to do that online. You might have it on the other side where you've had it and survived from it and you're doing fine. At the end of the day, the goal is to have, if this is something for you, obviously it's not about longevity of life necessarily as it is quality. So the practical things: can you get up a flight of stairs without breathing hard? Can you um, can you hang out with and go and run around a little bit? If you have kiddos that are around you, nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever it may be that you want to play with or keep up with, can you do so without it being uncomfortable for you? The very simple things are what we focus on, and of course, everybody has an ideal body, an ideal goal weight, I guess, if you will, which is usually what we use for diagnostic, but at the end of the day, we all want to feel comfortable in our bodies. We all want to feel like can do whatever it is that we want to do that's most important for us. And that is a part of what we focus on. And the best way to do so, I encourage everybody I work with. In fact, this is my usual recommendation. If people don't work with us, three things: find a fitness and find a nutrition plan. Very easy to do those two online. Of course, quality of those plans is another thing. So do your research. You can work with us. And then the third thing is build a support team. Team up with somebody who's dedicated to the process just as much as you are, and that you collectively together can go down the road, go down the journey, and see the results together. So that's all I had for today. I'm hoping to sit down and spend some time thinking about what I would like to dig into for the month of December. I think I'm going to take off the rest of the year starting Christmas Eve. So we're looking at maybe another 3 weeks together before we come back for the holidays. I think for me in the season and everything that's going on, I haven't taken off some intentional time for myself since we started sheltered in place. So most likely I'm going to spend some time where I don't have any morning commitments, getting up at 5 to 6 a.m. Capping this at the end of my day, 6:45 to 7ish. I'm thinking about creating a schedule where I can just relax and not have any commitments necessarily, to focus on just a recovery after the end of the year. It is a nice time of year where typically you do get some more time off if work allows. And ultimately, I encourage that even if you have a heavy duty work, let's say you're in the healthcare industry, we thank you. We appreciate you greatly for all of your hard work and what you're doing right now to keep this country going despite the challenges. I'm hearing hospitals are going at capacity. And I'm sure not every situation like the hospital I was at just a few weeks ago is the same. They had a specific section that was for non-COVID related individuals. You haven't had it or you don't have any symptoms. If you have COVID or you have symptoms, they take you around the building to a tented space so that they can keep the two groups separated. I don't know if that's the case for every hospital situation, but ultimately that was what I experienced here. So I don't know what it looks like elsewhere. Um, but if that is the case, what was I going to say? Where was I going with this? If it is the case that you're looking to cultivate health, cultivate um, mental health in this case, it is good to take a break, to take that time off, to allow yourself the opportunity to dial things down. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Remember, I just want you guys to remember that this channel on YouTube and Instagram is available. So, feel free to drop us a message, a note, a question that you have related to what we're talking about. In fitness is uh, fitness is, fitness. Fresh is fitness and finances. R is recreation and relationships. E is education in these areas, encouraging education, knowledge, becoming more aware, building an experience. S is sanctity and soul health. And H is health in general, overall. So, with that being said, you guys, I hope you have an excellent evening, and we will see you tomorrow night 6:45 is our typical planned live stream time. A little bit late tonight, apologies, but thank you for those who listened in, came in tonight, and we'll see you next time. Take care.